Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let me just give my camera a bit of a wipe. It looks a bit blurred. Right, and let's turn this down. Whoops, that's better. Right. Sorry I'm late, guys. And I'm aware that a lot of you might not know that I'm coming on at this time. So what I thought I'd do, I haven't been very well. My foot's got worse. So I've been lying with my foot up. And I thought what I'd do today is I'll do a quick get ready with me and then I'll come and do a longer kind of chat tomorrow. But anyway, and I thought what I'd do is my idea for today's get ready with me. Hello, Zara. Hello, nice to see you. I thought what I'd do is try and make it as Charlotte Tilbury free as possible. So, because you know I'm always using her products. So I thought, why not use some different ones? Good morning, Robin. So I'm going to start off by, I've just used one of my Foreo masks. I tried out the hydration one. Look at that. Look how shiny and hydrated my face is. But it was feeling quite dry. So hopefully it won't look too greasy. Good morning, Shoshana. Have you got your device yet? I had just got myself a new mask. I've tried virtually all of them now because I just couldn't help myself. So I just tried the H2 overdose mask, which one of you was asking about brightening and moisturising. This is good. This is a good one because it does have a bit of green light at the end and it moisturises. I'm fine. I'm not brilliant, to be honest. Thank you, Zara. I'm not brilliant. I've had better weeks. Feeling a little bit low because my foot, I have an ulcer on the bottom of my foot, which is part of my, what happens as part of my condition. By the way, I'm just putting some CC cream on. And it's just not clearing up and it's making me miserable. And without going into too much gory detail, which I know you probably don't want to hear, I went to get it seen yesterday, and what they do to try and encourage the tissue to heal is they pare away at it, and it's right on my heel. So last night, I do actually fit, although I suffer from lack of sensation, I can feel this one. Last night, it was just like walking on a stinging foot, and it was just, yeah. So it will do me good to get some makeup on, even though I'm not going out, and I have been doing as I'm told a little bit more and putting my feet up. I'm not very good at doing that, but I have. Oh, you know what? It's just the way things go. Thank you so much. It's just the way things go, and I'm just so glad to come on and talk to you guys because you're great. You keep me sane and talking about beauty gadgets and whatever. When I'm laid up, can't go out, getting a bit stir crazy is great. I've been sitting here thinking, everybody has a thing that they sit on their hands, and I have spent enough, and I'm not broke or whatever, you know, I've got money put aside for doing these things, so I'm not moaning that I've got no money or anything. But I've been looking at the Huda Beauty nude palette and looking at reviews. The new Huda Beauty lipsticks. Now, do you mean because she's bringing out metallic ones, which I haven't got yet, but I have got a couple of her demi matte ones. The demi matte ones are nice. I've got a couple of them if I can reach them. But I can see, I saw on Cult Beauty that she's brought out some metallic ones for Christmas. So do you mean those? Because I don't know anything about those yet. I haven't seen them. But the demi ones I have. But interestingly, I picked out a Huda lipstick to do for this Get Ready With Me. So I'm trying to make this, so for those of you that are joining me, I am trying to make this as non-Charlotte Tilbury today, just for a change. Because you've seen so much of my Charlotte Tilbury that I thought, let me do. Oh yeah, I haven't. I've seen them on Cult Beauty. They look nice, but I haven't heard much more about them. Have you seen them? Do you like them? I love metallic lipsticks, I have to say. Now, what am I doing? Right, get my concealer. I was about to powder before my concealer. So I'll use the Huda one, the Huda Overachiever Concealer. And this is in Cookie Dough, 14N. And probably going a bit over the top here. See, that's nearly gone now. That's my Foreo device. I am feeling my skin is in pretty good nick. Any of you that don't know what I'm talking about, if you look back to my last video. Oh yeah, do you know what? I didn't realise they sold them in Selfridges until I went on a shopping trip there recently. And it was great to try them out. Are they sort of glossy metallics or are they matte metallics? So that's the Overachiever Concealer. But no, this Foreo device, I'm a bit obsessed with it. And I don't use that, because everybody uses that word on reviews and stuff all the time. I'm getting obsessed, and then in a couple of weeks' time, they're not. But I am getting a bit obsessed. I want to do it every morning, every night, but I probably should slow down. They're a matte finish. Okay, you know what? I think there's a bit of a trend. One person brings something out. I thought you were going to say they were matte, because have you noticed that one person brings out something like that and then everybody does? Because I think Too Faced may have been the first. Too Faced brought out a matte metallic. Hello, Elizabeth. Look at this. I know I just put a bit of concealer on, but I'm going to do some photographs. I'm taking photographs throughout, but it's definitely this bit of hyperpigmentation here. Yeah, it turns into a trend. But do you know what else? Let me just carry on what I'm saying, and I'll go back to the metallic lipstick. This hyperpigmentation was as a result of me injuring myself, because I had a skin tag that I was trying to remove, and I removed it with tea tree oil. Thank you. I removed it with tea tree oil and I burnt it, and of course that made it more susceptible to the sun, so it caused hyperpigmentation. But obviously that hyperpigmentation hasn't been there for long. The real test is going to be around these areas, and I want to kind of wait 6 weeks for that. Now, what I was saying about the metallic lipsticks is, I wonder, it's a bit like chicken and egg. I wonder what comes first, the trend or the product. I was thinking about this the other day, because you see this all the time in the beauty industry. A certain product comes out and then everyone starts making it, like the concealers, like the matte metallics. And I wonder whether, because they say that there's only about 3 or 4 factories that make the makeup, and I wonder if they bring out a product, they sell it, they market it to the people that are selling makeup, and they bring out the products, but actually it doesn't start with the trend, it starts with the people making the cosmetics that push that on to the people like Charlotte Tilbury, Huda and whatever, and then they then start the trend, if you know what I mean. Because this is what made me really suspicious. This concealer has got oh, what's that ingredient? Oh, there's some kind of Persian silk extract. It's what Charlotte calls the spandex of concealers. And Huda brought out concealer at exactly the same time with the same ingredient, and it wasn't one that's like vitamin C or something really common that, you know, that could be just a coincidence. It was something Persian silk bark extract, and it just made me think, right, they've got this ingredient in the cosmetics factories, and they're pushing it on to the people that sell the makeup, saying we've got this new ingredient, it does X, Y, and Z, and it's supposed to tighten, and they buy it up, they use it in their things, and then it starts a trend. And with the matte metallics, I wonder whether that's the case. Right, I tell you, so no Huda so much. Yeah, and it goes and it turns into a trend. Yeah, I'd agree with you in part, but the reason I wonder whether it starts with the manufacturers, Zara, is because this came out at the same time as Charlotte's Magic Away. There would not have been time for one to copy the other, and they had exactly the same ingredients. So that's what makes me wonder about whether or not it's something to do with the manufacturer as well. Now, I thought today, I looked at the outfit I'm wearing. So I've got my dressing gown on, but I've got clothes underneath. And I thought, pinks and burgundies. I haven't used this for a while. Soft Glam, Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I thought, yeah, let's do that. And that made me think, let's not use Charlotte. And I'll use a Becca face palette. And then I'll use a Huda lipstick. So let's get on. Gives you a chance to see other makeup. But I'm really tempted to get the new Huda nude palette. Has anyone got it? And does anyone recommend it? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I don't really have that sensitive. I do have sensitivity under my eyes. But obviously her concealer doesn't seem to have any scent in it. But it doesn't surprise me because it is very heavily scented. And yeah, I bought a very hypoallergenic foundation from La Roche-Posay, and it may have been hypoallergenic, but it looked dreadful on me. I just don't like it at all. I can't quite put my finger on why I don't like it. I must do a foundation Friday. And by the way, guys, I have done a foundation Friday. But again, because I've been a bit poorly, it's ready to upload. I just haven't got round to it. So I'm really sorry about that. Oh, you bought the nude palette. They're saying it's very like the Urban Decay cherry palette. And it also looks a bit... Any chance you're going to pick up the Amrezy? No, I've been tempted. I have been tempted. It does look nice, doesn't it? But I've got so many highlighters. You'll see the Becca one in a minute. So I'm just going to go in with this Anastasia palette. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Shall I put some base on? No, I've just got the Huda palette. That'll do for now. So I'm going to... This is the palette. They're beautiful pinky shades. Oh, is it really? So you definitely recommend that? All right, I might be tempted. But also the nude palette that I was looking at, that I was tempted to get, looks quite similar to Charlotte's Stars in Your Eyes palette. Does it look, when you looked at it for your daughter, does it look quite similar to that, Shoshana? Was it Shoshana that said she's got it for her daughter? Now, what shall I put on here? I'll start off with this base colour, which is called Tempera. Here, just to put over my lids. Just to stop this little bit of concealer creasing. Oh, I must say, right, bargain of the week. Daniel Sandler has got an offer on at the moment on his website. And actually, I can really recommend his eyeliners because I've got one. And I've only just recently got this. And it's the only one that doesn't do that bunching up here. You know how it's sort of towards the end of the day, even waterproof ones, they just sort of collect here. It's the only one on me that doesn't do that. I might put this on because it will work with the contrast. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, you're tempting me, Zara. You're tempting me. So anyway, Daniel Sandler, I'll have a look, definitely have a look at Amrezy then. Daniel Sandler has got this offer on. If you buy any full-size product from his site at the moment, you get a free eyeliner. And I think the eyeliner is in aqua, so it's a sort of turquoisey version of this. But I suppose you could get another eyeliner and then get this one. They are really good eyeliners, and they are waterproof, and they don't smudge. And mine always smudge under there. Doesn't matter what I use, always smudge. This one doesn't. I do buy products from Beauty Bay. I have done. I've bought quite a lot from Cult Beauty. I quite like Cult Beauty, although they often run out of things a lot quicker than Beauty Bay. But I prefer some of the brands that are available on Cult Beauty. Oh yeah, I've got their app, by the way. So I think that's how you collect the points, isn't it? Right, now what am I going to put in the crease? Let's do a little transition-y shade. I will do... I'm going to put this Dusty Rose. It's a bit dark to use as a transition, but I'll tap it down. I'm going to put this Dusty Rose and use that as a transition. Yeah, I've just downloaded the app. I was looking, they had some good offers on Black Friday. I keep wanting to say Good Friday. Sorry, guys. So do you think then, do you think out of the nude palette or Amrezy highlighter, I'd be better going for Amrezy? Sounds like it. I didn't think it was still available because it's been out for quite some time, hasn't it? Okay, and I'm going to run a little bit of that underneath with the brush that comes with the palette. It's quite a good brush that comes with the palette. That's what I do like about Anastasia, Beverly Hills and Urban Decay. They don't put rubbish brushes in their palettes. And then I'm going to put this darker burgundy because it will go a little bit with the burgundy dress I've got on. I'll stick that in the corner just to kind of, oops. Oh, I didn't know that. Do you know what my niece used to get? My niece used to get the student discount. That's awful. Mac still do a student discount, I think, if you tell your daughter. Cult Beauty, I don't think they do. What I tend to do is if I want a product, I tend to shop around online and Google it. So I'll go to whoever's got the best offer on. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. I just prefer Cult Beauty. And yet, it does annoy me sometimes because they don't seem to get as much stock in as everyone else. So there's a lot more on wait list. But I don't know what it is. I think it's probably I think it's their website. I prefer their website. It's easier to find things that you want. No, I tell you what, when you look at the Black Friday deals and you realise how much they can afford to sell things, like looking at those advent calendars, and like they've got £320 worth of products in them, and they're selling them now for like £50. Or the Marks and Spencer's one where they were selling it for £35. You realise how much money they make on these items because they can still, they're obviously able to sell them at that price. Now I'm going to go in with this rose pink on the lid, this one here, and I'm just going to put it on with my, no, not this one, the lighter one of the two, and I'm just going to put that on with my fingers. This is so buttery, this. The shimmers are so buttery and smooth. They are lovely. The other one I was tempted to get, of course, was the new Anastasia, I've forgotten what it's called, Sultry, isn't it? I think it's called Sultry. Because that one, I think Cherry Palette and Nude Palette and Stars in Your Eyes are all similar kind of burgundy shades. But the Sultry one is different. It's sort of more browns and golds. But there comes a point when you've got so many palettes that you think, I've got those colours now. You get less and less excited by it. Is it? Have you got it, Robin? The Sultry palette. The thing is that with Anastasia and Huda, they are a lot more expensive. They're worth it, but it's sort of, you have. I might have another look at that then. I just wasn't sure about the Huda one, that I wasn't just doubling up on what I already had. Now, will this? I want one that's. The problem is, I wanted to use one as a highlighter. These are quite gold. Yeah. Do they? What you mean that they're cheaper in the States? I wanted to use sort of one that's. It's a bit too gold, this, but. Oh, that'll do. Right, it's because it's more different. Right, I'm going to have another look at Sultry then. That's if I get another palette at all. I will have a think about it. Right, I'm just going to get a eyeliner brush, and I'm going to use the black in this palette to stamp my eyeliner on, because I like the way that works. Your daughter works at Ulta, you lucky woman, you. So I'm just taking some of this black at the end, and I'm going to stamp it under here. Like so. I think I'd probably be bankrupt if I had a family member working at a beauty counter or a beauty shop. We don't have Ulta or Sephora in this country. We have Debenhams, which is okay. We have department stores like Selfridges and stuff, but not ones that are specifically all about beauty, like a shop that's all beauty. And just stamp a little bit down here. I love doing the eyeliner with shadow. Well, I have no idea how much you got from Ulta since you started. I bet I can imagine looking at my makeup collection, and I don't have anyone that works anywhere near. Do you know what? I'm going to use this brown shadow because I'm feeling very. I don't want to get up and do a lot. I'm just using the brown shadow next to it because it's matte. I hope it's matte, just to do my brows. I've also been testing out a drugstore eyelash and eyebrow. Oh, they don't have Charlotte. I've been testing out an eyebrow. Yeah, it does combat the pain. Thank you. When I make myself up, it does. And I did my face mask this morning. It all helps. It really does help. Now, let me get my... I forgot to get my mascara. I keep forgetting what I was saying. Sorry, guys. So that's Soft Glam. Which I love. But I need a bit of colour. So Jack's been really great, by the way, guys. He's been waiting on, like, I don't expect him to. I'm not trying to take advantage of him. And you know, some people get a bit alarmed when they hear about children doing caring stuff for their parents. But he goes, Mummy, can I get you something? Oh, let me get you that. Oh, let me get you something to put your foot on. And he just loves it. He's never been one that says, like, if I say, oh, Jack, could you get me something from the kitchen? He's never been one to say, oh, do I have to, or whatever. He actually seems to like it. And he offers to help me even when I don't ask him. And I don't always say yes, but... because obviously I want him to feel like he's a child and not my carer, because he's not my carer. But he's been so lovely this week, as my other half, of course. But that goes without saying. Perhaps it shouldn't go without saying. My other half has been good too. But Jack is just lovely. And of course I look after him. Right, I thought I'd use this, because I haven't used it for a while. And this is, it came out, I think this came out last Christmas. It's called the Becca Après Ski palette. And I thought, and I took it. We went away last Christmas and I took it with me. This and the eye palette, and that's all I took with me, because it was quite versatile. So I thought I'd use that. Right, let's use, I use a bit of this to sculpt. So the bit of this one at the end, because it's sort of reasonably matte, to sculpt. Oh, by the way, the mascara I just used was Yves Saint Laurent, the curling one, Volume Effect curling one. I think this might be a little bit too warm to use. I might go over that later with it's not the best. It's all right for bronzing, but it's not the best for. Let's do. I've got another thing here, my matte one. It's not the best for doing sculpts, because if you get one that's too warm, it doesn't look natural. You want to aim more. You want to aim more for something that's like that looks a bit more neutral, because otherwise you end up, it doesn't look right. Not for contouring. It's all right for bronzing, but not for contouring. That's better. Kevin Aquan's sculpting shades are brilliant, because they look almost grey, but it looks like how a shadow looks, you know, and that's what it's supposed to look like. It's not supposed to look brown. It's supposed to look almost grey, like a shadow. So I just do that very quickly, and then I can use that other one over the top as a bronzer. And then with my blush brush, I'm going to go in with, I'm going to go in with the pink, I think, which is called, it's this one here, and it's called, what's it called? Winterberry. Sounds nice. And if you're always a bit heavy-handed, you like deep blushes and you're always a bit heavy-handed and afraid that you're going to overdo it, get one of these Real Technique blusher brushes, because they just don't allow you to put too much on at once. They're brilliant. It's so soft that it just allows you to build it up, but it seems almost impossible, unless you were really hacked in at it, but it's almost impossible to put too much on. So if you're using a really sort of deep toned, because that is quite deep toned blush, and you just don't want to go over the top, but gradually build it up to what you want, this is the best brush for that. Really good. Real Techniques blush brush. And I think it's in a lot of Christmas, there's a Christmas set called the Essentials set that it's in, so have a look at that. And then I have my choice of highlighters. This, by the way, this one has got a blue hint to it, so it looks like ice. It's very cool. Which highlighter? Let you can decide. So there's this highlighter, I've forgotten the name of it, and then I've got this highlighter, which is more pink. Which highlighter shall I use, the pink one or the gold one? The first person to reply, I'll go with that. So the gold one there or the pink one there? Gold, pink, pink, right. 2 pinks. Of course, Becca do brilliant highlighters. And if you wet them, they're even more in your face. Can you see that? Just put a bit up here. Okay, and then I thought I'd finish off by, what did I do with that lip set? There you are. I got a couple of these last year, but I thought this would go with the look. So this is lip contour and matte lip in, can't see the shade, Trophy Wife. And then the lip strobe that goes on the top, which is called, she hasn't got the names of them on the back. Probably be on the lipstick itself, yes. Shameless. This probably needs a sharpen, but I do love Huda's matte liquid lips because they do last. Not when you put the strobes over the top, but if you leave it, hang on. If you leave it without the strobe, they last, but they don't feel drying. I think out of all the liquid matte lipsticks, it is the best in terms of lasting well and not feeling drying. And you know what the smell reminds me of? You know when you were a kid playing with Play-Doh? That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the smell of Play-Doh. So that's Trophy Wife. And I'll put the lip strobe over the top, just so you can see it, let it dry down for a minute. Has anyone got any quick questions before I finish off? And what I'll do is I'll come on tomorrow at 12:30. So I thought for those of you that missed this because I'm late, I will do a pre-planned one tomorrow at 12:30. And you'll see this and then think, oh, I'll join her tomorrow at 12:30. Right, here is the lip strobe. Look at that. It is about 1:30, whatever it's gone 1 o'clock. Probably coming into 2 now. You want to work out the time difference. Isn't that lovely? Look at these lip strobes. The only thing is, as I say, once you put the lip strobe over the top, it takes away from the long-lastingness of the lipstick underneath. It sort of turns it more into a lipstick. But it is nice to kind of... You're trying... Where are you from, Robin? Roughly, I don't need specifics, but what sort of area? Because I can look it up for you and let you know. Because what I try and do, the reason I made it earlier, I did start to do my lives at 1:30 USA. Okay, so you first thing in the morning or last thing at night over there now? You're in Missouri. Are you evening or morning? I can't remember, but I know some of you in Australia are in the early in the morning. I think you're in the evening, aren't you? Because those in Australia, what happened when the clocks went back? It was basically they were missing me, or you're 8 a.m. Okay, so those in Australia, when the clocks went back, whereas they were joining me at about 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night, just about watching me before they went to bed. When the clocks went back, it was then 1 in the morning, which is why I brought it forward to 12:30. So it's 12:10. Oh, right. So you're seeing me. So I can't afford to go too much earlier, can I, either? And it's just 6 a.m. in Los Angeles. There isn't really a time, is there, that I can pick that. So if I go on at 12:30 tomorrow, then that's going to knock out the Elizabeth that's coming on at 6 a.m. But then if I go on later, it's going to knock out those of you that are coming on in the evening. Shall I come on at 1? How about 1? Would that be a good compromise? Shall I just go back to 1 o'clock? Okay. How about if I come on? So if tonight now is... Oh, right, okay, it is 2:11 now in the UK. 2:11. Thank you, Elizabeth. Or is it Thorndike? It says Thorndike Elizabeth. I'm assuming your first name is Elizabeth. Oh, thank you. Well, that's really sweet. You get up really early in the morning to watch me? Wow. It's Thorndike. Okay, sorry, Thorndike. I was assuming that Elizabeth was your first name. I bet everybody does that, don't they? Or was it just me? So, sorry, Thorndike. I will remember that in future. In fact, you'll probably remember it a lot easier because it's a more unusual name than Elizabeth. And you know I'm really bad at remembering names. So that is my look for today. So I used Soft Glam. Not a Charlotte Tilbury product in sight, although. Should we just finish off with one? I know I've put the Becca on, but I know you all love Charlotte Tilbury. Let's finish off with one. We can't do a makeup look without something of Charlotte's. I have a little birdie tells me that I'm getting a Charlotte Tilbury voucher for Christmas, which is, I think this one has nearly run out, which is fine because I got another one. I got a new one in the sales, you know, in the Black Friday sales. I think it was Black Friday. So they had a reduction on in John Lewis. I think this is finally. There'll probably be enough just to dab. I'm using this Beauty Light wand. It seems like there's still quite a bit more in there. I might take the thingy off. I don't know. You see, at the moment, I've got quite a few things of Charlotte's. I've got almost her entire collection, and I've stocked up in sales on things that I was running out of. But you never know, she might release something new. There's always a skincare. Don't know really. Do you know what I'd like her to bring out? I would love her to bring out a Barbarella brown mascara. Because everyone brings out black, and I've been meaning to get a brown mascara just for the day. I just think it would look nice with brown eyes. And I think a Barbarella brown, because I like her eye pencil. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know at the moment. So, yeah. But something new for fun, exactly. Right, this, I was going to put this on. I will put it on, actually. I will do what they call a drop shadow. So this is Daniel Sandler. And as I said, I normally get bits of eyeliner sort of collecting in the corner here because of my watery eyes, probably. But this one doesn't do it. It's the only one. I only got this recently. And if you go onto Daniel Sandler's website, it is international delivery as well. If you go onto his website, all his products are brilliant. They're all reasonably priced. I'm not paid to say this, but I do love the man. He's lovely. They're all brilliant things. But at the moment, if you buy any, it says any full-sized item. So I don't think it has to be over a certain amount of money. It's any, like, not sample, not a miniature, but a full-sized item. You get a free eye pencil. And these are £9.50 normally. And these eyeliners are brilliant. The one that you get for free is a greeny blue eyeliner. This, let me just show you. So you don't need to sharpen it. It's one of the twisty up ones. And I'm going to use this in my lower waterline as a drop shadow to this look. And it really doesn't smudge. It's the only one that doesn't collect up there in the corner. And I've tried a few eyeliners. I mean, I love Charlotte's, but Charlotte's collects. And I love the one that I got in the set with my Yves Saint Laurent mascara. But again, it collects. This doesn't collect. Can you see that? So this is the blue one. I've only got the blue one so far. But I am tempted to go and see if I can get that offer by buying another eyeliner, because I want to get green. And then if I got the green, then I might get the aqua one for free. But have a look at his site. So I think it's up until the 24th of December. If you buy, let me put a little bit in the corner here as well. If you buy any of his full-size products, you get a free eyeliner, which I think is quite a good bargain. They're easy to smudge, they're soft, but they do not smudge throughout the day. you go, little trick. It's always good to have a contrasting eyeliner in there, because it's what they call a drop shadow. It just creates a bit of a contrast and it makes your eyes pop a bit more. But it was also to show you Daniel's eyeliner. So you can see, you can blend it quite easily, but it doesn't collect in the corner. Okay, so I will see you. So yeah, definitely check out his site. And he is a lovely man. And he's so helpful. He's been so lovely and helpful to me. But I wouldn't recommend his products just because he's a lovely man if I thought they were rubbish. They're not. They're by far anything but rubbish. And reasonably priced. So anyway, that's that over. And I hope you've enjoyed today's look. I'm going to go and put my foot back up and make myself a little bit of lunch. And I'll catch you tomorrow. I'm going to come on. I'll come on at 1 o'clock. Okay? So, given that now is nearly 20 past 2, if you can work out what the time is where you are, I will come on at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? So, see you tomorrow. Take care. Hope you can join me tomorrow. And let me know if you've got any ideas for what you want me to do, because then I can get the products ready in advance. So just leave a message and say, hi, Ali, could you show me this lipstick or this eyeshadow palette, or do you have this that you can show? And if you put that below, then I'll make sure that I have them ready for the live tomorrow. All right. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.